Hey, what's up, guys? Tukey here, back again with another episode of my Hartford franchise mode series right here on NHL 18. You already know this. I do the same intro every goddamn episode because I'm not that original. I'm sorry. Was that a little bit confrontational? I'm a little bit on edge. What can I say? Because in this episode, we're taking on the 59-win Winnipeg Jets. Now, there's been a lot of push lately in the comments from some of you to do the entire postseason in one episode. I could have. Maybe I should have. But after our first round victory over the Blues, when I saw that we were playing the Jets, I figured, well, we're going to get swept, so I might as well make this its own episode and just have the misery just be encompassed in this episode alone, and then we move on with hopefully, and we move on in a positive light towards the draft and the rest of the upcoming offseason, because there's no chance in hell we're making it past Winnipeg. So let's just sit back and enjoy this episode for what it is, another slow descent into madness, as we are going to get destroyed. Now, of course, looking at our team, on paper, is it great? No. We're currently going, we're still a young team. This was supposed to be the year where we really start to look to be competitive. Of course, we won the Stanley Cup last year. We are defending champions. But the veteran on this team, or the veterans, are McKinnon at 29, Sprong at 28, Nolan Patrick's 26, Dirksen is 26, and I believe Provorov is 28. I was going to say 27. Actually, Adam Larson. Forgot about Adam Larson. Like I mentioned, I've tried to put him out of memory. Tried to put him out of my mind just to not remember Nation United. God, now I'm sad. Thinking about how we're going to lose in this episode, thinking about how poorly Nation United went. Anyway, on a positive note, Phil Crosby, by popular demand, is back in the NHL due to the injury to one Eric Tuzolino. So we'll see what he can do. A fan favorite in this series, somebody who we certainly wish had developed a little bit better throughout the course of this series. But what can you do? Jyrki Petrolainen, no pressure, buddy. No pressure whatsoever. It's literally all on his shoulders to win us this series, because I just don't think we have what it takes to beat Winnipeg on paper, despite the fact that we beat them the last time we met in the regular season. Right there. Just, that was game 79. We beat them 3-2. Can we do the same here and now? Probably not. But we'll see what happens. Also, Connecticut Whale up 2-0 on the Binghamton Devils. Actually, I think did I remember to show the progress reports? We still need to look at their lineup anyway. I feel like I forgot to show the progress reports. I think somebody mentioned that I forgot to show the progress reports for the team and how certain players developed, which I've typically been trying to make sure that I showcase. So what I'll do is, there you go, you get a full look at everybody at the NHL level, and then down at the AHL level, I'll let you guys just, pause the video and look at individual players on your own time. But we continue to get some decent development from a decent amount of our players. Nothing too major from, these guys who start down in the lower to mid 50s, as you would expect, including Pat Waugh, but that's the way it goes. Pat Roy, good old Pat Roy. Let's take a look at the Winnipeg Jets lineup, shall we? We'll go through it relatively quickly, and then we'll get to the massacre. Let's do this. Kyle Connor, who had 2 points in 6 games in the first round, is on the top line with Mark Scheifele and Patrick Laine, who's a 91. Second line is Zach Hyman with Nick Bjugstad and Nikolai Ehlers. Third line, Michael Spacek, who is scoreless so far, with Jack Roslovic. He never really seems to pan out for the Jets. Whether it's been, with this in the Montreal series, series that we've gone through on Twitch, he never seems to pan out. It's pretty disappointing, at least for the Jets. Julian Oshie is the last man on that third line, if the bumper wants to work. 20th overall selection in 2021. Fourth line, Jordan Galvin with Jansen Harkins and Brock Dolan. Now you might be asking yourself, how did this team win 59 games? Because EA. That's the answer. In fairness, their defense is pretty good. I mean, we've seen this Jets lineup quite a few times, in recent episodes, really. Josh Morrissey on the top pairing with Trouba. You have, my God, is my controller broken? What's going on? Shea Theodore on the second pairing with Jordan Schmaltz. Third pairing of Jake Gardner and Dale Larson. Good old Dale Larson. Another former first overall pick for Winnipeg. Connor Hellebuck, the goaltender. .967 save percentage in that first round. They don't have any injuries. They have 3 defensemen that are all healthy scratches. Let's get down to business. What more is there to say? Much like with St. Louis, we have to shut down their big-time offensive players, Line A, Scheifele, Connor, and we have to figure out a way to get pucks past Connor Hellebuck, which I don't remember who Winnipeg played in the first round. Needless to say, they struggled with that task. So it's a goaltender duel. It's a battle of top lines. It could come down to the bottom 6, which, who has the advantage there? Tough to say, actually. Anyway, let's not hype this up anymore. First period of game 1, we managed to score a goal. Austin Watson gets the first goal of the series. Unfortunately, Kyle Connor and Zach Hyman, 29 seconds apart? My math is terrible. 29 seconds apart. Boy, math, it's easy. I'm on fire in this episode. What can I say? Second period. Unfortunately for us, Jyrki Petrolainen is not on fire. 3-1 to Winnipeg as we look to begin the sim on the third period. Zach Hyman with the goal. We're in a little bit of trouble. The A-plus Jyrki Petrolainen hasn't exactly shown up so far in this game. Ken Appleby gets a goal back, only for Nikolai Ehlers to score. Nathan MacKinnon gets it back to a 1-goal game, just trading goals left and right. We have 7.5 minutes to go. We're down 4-3. Never mind, we are tied. Nathan MacKinnon. And there it goes with Spacek. Do I even bother talking and being like, hey, a goal? Because the second after I say that, there's another goal immediately after. We lost 5-4. I mentioned how it might be a goaltending duel. It was anything but. We had 4 goals on 33 shots. They had 5 goals on 26 shots. And we lose game 1 in Winnipeg. Like, where do you start with the recap? Nathan MacKinnon, 3-point night, 2 goals. Great performance. But where do we start? I guess it's by calling out Jyrki Petrolainen for an .808 save percentage. After that last goal, we actually brought Malcolm Subban into the game, apparently. Even though he didn't play a second, he has a save. Figure that one out. But an .808 save percentage for Petrolainen. Point-wise, 3-point night for McKinnon, 2-point night for Ken Appleby and Leidecker. Quite a few players with points, including that opening goal from Austin Watson. Just not good enough. See, it sucks. I hate going into episodes without much confidence. Even as defending Cup champions, I can't start, I couldn't start this episode going into this series on a positive note because I just had a bad feeling about it. And it doesn't help him. Connor Hellebuck gave up probably more goals in game 1 than he did in the entirety of the first round, and we still lost. I want to check out that stat, actually. How many goals did Hellebuck give up throughout the first round? He couldn't have given up more than 5 or 6, right? There's no way. Team stats. Let's just go to team stats. And let's go to goals against. Okay, he gave up 6 goals in the first round. He gave up 4 in game 1. Yet we still couldn't win. That's so depressing. Oh, boy. All right, no, it's fine. It's fine. We'll make the most of it. Even if we have to fake confidence. Fake it till you make it, right? Let's see if we can somehow find a way to win a game on the road and potentially makes him. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I was gonna say the same thing. Let's tie it up. Let's find a way to win. You know, find a way to tie it up. It's literally the same thing. Like I mentioned, A+ from me today. I am on top of my game. What can I say? You know what it is? It's I've made so many videos and I've streamed for so much over the past couple of days. I think it's catching up to me. I think I'm starting to go a little bit insane. But that's okay. First period of Game 2. That is a much better start. Ken Appleby with 2 goals. We outshot them 16-12. And we're up 2-0 on the scoreboard. He literally, well, not literally. He nearly scored from the same exact spot on both shots. 10 minutes and 12 seconds apart. And we're up 2-0. Petrolainen, 12 saves in the first period. We still have a long way to go, but that's promising. Second period, that's not as promising. Jansen Harkins gets a goal back route, shooting them 26-21. But we still have the lead as we begin the sim on the third. Early power play chance for the Jets is killed off. All right, we're going to need that insurance goal. I know it. Oh, we're going to need that insurance goal. We're halfway through the third period. Power play opportunity. Can we really? Wow, we just had like a 5-minute power play and we couldn't do anything with it. We need Petrolainen to shut the door at this point, and thankfully, he does. Jyrki Petrolainen, welcome back. 30 out of 31. 30 saves for Petrolainen in that game. We only had 2 goals on 40 shots, so there's a chance Hellebuck could be the first star of the game. He is. 38 saves, a .950 save percentage. Unfortunately for him, Jyrki Petrolainen was able to get back to form and hold off the Winnipeg offense. Kelly Appleby with those 2 goals. And we have indeed tied this series up. And now we're screwed. No other way to put it. We have Malcolm Subban, and that's all well and good. But we just lost Jyrki Petrolainen. We're going to call up Kuhlman because Jones, of course, has been the starter. I haven't paid attention at all. I wanted to check I was going to check to see how we managed to have a 5-minute, power play and not score. But who cares? We ended up winning the game. We'll call up Kuhlman. Before we sit in the next game, we'll check to see how the Connecticut Whale have been doing in that series. Let's put Worrell into the lineup. And now, the fate of this team lies on the shoulders of Malcolm Subban yet again. We're not expected to have Petrolainen back until Game 6. At least not back to 100%. The Connecticut Whale are 7-2. The Connecticut Whale swept the Binghamton Devils. They survived in 5 games over Belleville, and then they came back to sweep the Binghamton Devils in 4, of course. So things are looking good for the Connecticut Whale. Despite the fact that we've had to take a lot of players away from them. Phil Quick is back to 100%. That is extremely helpful because I'm not sure. Actually, Spike Rowe's done okay. Who gets dropped, though? Well, there's your answer. Kip Trafford. So long, buddy. You will be going back down to the AHL. And Phil Quick will be playing in that next game. So, reinforcements for the Whale. Reinforcements for the NHL team. Let's go with Sprong on the top line again. And I think that's... Yeah, you know what? Watson's been playing well. Let's have them on the third line. And we'll have the youth fourth line. Let's go Harkins and Appleby, Provorov, Larson, Ribeiro, and of course Phil Crosby is still in. Down in the AHL. Best lines. We'll just keep it. And we'll see what happens. Game 3 in Hartford. Phil Quick back to 100%. We still don't know who the Whale will be playing in the next round. So for now, our complete and undivided attention is set on the Whalers. It is Game 3 on home ice. Let's make it happen. First period is scoreless, basically even in shots. Second period is not scoreless. Taylor Radish, thank you very much for getting that goal. I do appreciate it. I was tempted to put that line as the fourth line. We gave him a chance on the third line. Taylor Radish delivers. Despite us being outshot 22-19, we are up 1-0 on the scoreboard as we begin this third period. Malcolm Subban, so far so good. Andrew Chuck gets a second goal past Connor Hellebuck. And with 10 minutes to go, Malcolm Subban continues to shut down the Jets, and I will continue to talk at this abbreviated pace. I jinxed it. I did. Abbreviated pace. That doesn't even make sense. Almost like how it doesn't make sense that Malcolm Subban is able to come in off the bench and stop 33 of 34 Winnipeg shots en route to a victory in Game 3. A-plus segue. I might not be on my game today so far, but my segue game on point. Nikolai Ehlers ruined the shutout with 58 seconds to go. So thankfully, Andrew Chuck's goal ended up being the game winner. 34 shots to 26 in Winnipeg's favor. 2-1 on the scoreboard. Malcolm Subban, 33 saves. Adam Larson with 2 assists. And then Bruce Andreychuk with the game winner. Son of Dave. Is he? No, but we're going to say that he is. Maybe he's a nephew. Maybe. I don't know. Just like how Connor Brickley is related to Andy Brickley. Let's just have that comparison be thrown out there for absolutely no reason. The second round of the AHL playoffs are not yet over, so it's time for Game 4. We've won 2 straight, which is shocking. I thought this would be the game where it's like, all right, elimination, let's go, we're being swept. Not the case. We have the chance to take a 3-1 series lead. But we really need the offense to get to Connor Hellebuck yet again. We've been scoring consistently, but I have to jinx myself in saying that I'm not sure how well Malcolm Subban will do. First period is scoreless. We were outshot 10-7. Second period is not scoreless. Nathan McKinnon, 1 minute and 59 seconds into the period, and then with 23 seconds to go, the new fourth line, the youth, delivers again. This time it's Spike Rowe. We're out shooting them 19-17, and we're up 2-0 as we begin the sim on the third period. 20 minutes away from taking a commanding 3-1 series lead, and that's a little bit too confident. Never mind. I was going to say it's a little bit too confident. EA doesn't want to hear it. How did we get the puck from center to that spot right there where Lydecker scored in 4 seconds? That is a massive defensive breakdown, but 4 seconds after Kyle Connor made it a 1-goal game, Lydecker restores the 2-goal lead. We'll continue on with the sim. Nolan Patrick makes it 4. I asked for the offense to step up. Ask and you shall receive. 4-1 final in Game 4. And the Hartford Whalers. I really should have more faith in the defending champions, shouldn't I? The Hartford Whalers are 1 win away. Malcolm Subban stepping up. 31 saves. A 9.68 save percentage, 2-point night for Lydecker, 2-assist night for Daniel Sprong. We're 1 win away. We have 3 opportunities to eliminate the Jets. Multiple players on Hartford are eligible to be dressed. I imagine Petrolainen's going to be one of them. We can't even afford to put Petrolainen as the backup. I don't know if the glitch is still in, where your backup goalie can be injured despite not playing. So we're not going to risk it. We'll see if Tuzolino's 100%. I don't think he is. I'm not going to play somebody if they're not 100%. We're definitely not going to risk injury. Arizona and Anaheim are tied 2 games apiece, and both series in the Eastern Conference are also tied up at 2 games apiece. So we are the only team to have a 3-1 advantage. Neither Tuzolino or Petrolainen are 100%. So we'll stick with the lineup that has gotten us to this point. It's time for Game 5 in Winnipeg. We are 1 game away from eliminating the 59-win President's Trophy winning Jets. That is crazy. But we still have to win 1 more game. Can we do it? Let's find out. First period, and that is not the ideal start at all. So Game 6 is going to be fun. At least we get another home game. I'm sure our owners will love that playoff revenue. Nick Bjorkstad, Zach Hyman, and I think it was Julian Oshie. 3 goals on 9 shots. We outshot 9-7. And we'll see you for Game 6. Second period. Harkins makes it 4. He scored on Kuhlman, so Subban got pulled. I'm just going to sim the third period. Yeah. Dirksen ruined the shutout. Dolan and Oshie add 2 more. 6-1 final. In Game 5, our first chance to eliminate the Jets. And we dropped the ball hard. I wish I had looked at Subban's save percentage prior to that game, because I'm sure as of now, it's absolutely abysmal. What a disappointment. Now, we do know that the Connecticut Whale will be playing the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. Both teams are 7-2 thus far through the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. We'll have to take a look at the lineup again. No guarantees that Subban or Phil Crosby play in this next game. The Anaheim Ducks won Game 5, as did Toronto and Boston. Let's take a look here. Who is 100%? Tuzolino is back. Petrolainen is not. So Phil Crosby, I mean, I know you guys love Phil Crosby, but he does have to be the one that gets sent down here. The Connecticut Whale will get their captain back. Well, their real captain. I mean, it's him and Rumble. You know, whoever you want to be the captain can be the captain. And let's go. We'll put Tuzolino back in. I'm not going to go... Well, actually, here, you know what? Yeah, let's just go best lines for the moment. For the moment, we'll reunite Appleby and Tuzolino. They were great all season long. And let's put Sprong back up on the top line. Then we go over to goaltenders, and we'll have to take out Petrolainen. And Malcolm Subban will get the start in Game 6, which is kind of scary after how the last game went, but we have no choice. We're not going to play Petrolainen and risk further injury to him. As I said, we have 3 opportunities to eliminate Winnipeg. We failed miserably in Game 1, or in the first opportunity in Game 5. It's time for Game 6, our second opportunity to eliminate them. Of course, we'll keep an eye out on the Whale Phantoms series. Here we go. First period of Game 6. And at least it's not an outright disaster. We outshot them 14-9, but we are scoreless through the opening 20 minutes. Second period, we are not scoreless anymore. Nolan Patrick scores very early on, 1 minute and 11 seconds into the second period, only for Nikolai Ehlers to tie it just a few moments later. 23 shots to 19 in our favor, tied on the scoreboard as we begin the third period, and it's Jansen Harkins, a face from the past, who gets the goal. We have a power play opportunity that we can't do anything with. Winnipeg with a power play of their own, and they capitalize on it. And it's looking like we are going to Game 7 back in Winnipeg. We had a 3-1 series lead that we threw away, outscored 9-2 over the last 2 games, as Malcolm Subban unfortunately has fallen apart. And it comes down to Game 7. Phil Quick's complaining about ice time because of course he is. Yeah, no, it's a playoff series, Quick. Yeah, let's complain now rather than at any other point. The other Western Conference series is also going to Game 7. You have 2 goddamn points in how many games? 8 games. You shut your face about deserving more ice time. You stop it. The good news is Jyrki Petrolainen is back to 100%. But we're going to Game 7 when we absolutely should not be. And I guess I'm happy, because like I said, I thought we'd be swept. That isn't the case. Oh, Sprong and Patrick are both doing well. I feel like Patrick and Dirksen work well together. So we'll keep that as the top line. Everything else is still looking okay. It's a question of who is the third line. We'll stick with the veterans. And on defense, again, we're going to reunite Tuzolino and Appleby, although that didn't really work out too well. You know, let's just go with what the game says to go with. We'll hope for the best. And as far as the power play goes, let's have, even though he's not that great of a center, let's go with Nolan Patrick at center. Is Larson complaining about ice time? He is not. Good. Let's keep it that way. Penalty kill, Quick is there. Yeah, because as it is, Larson's not even on the PK, so I'm actually surprised he's not complaining. We'll go best lines down in the AHL yet again. That'll have, who was it, Kuhlman as the backup. Oh, God. Game 7. It just kind of kicked in like, oh, yeah, we're going to Game 7, aren't we? It's Toronto and Boston in the Eastern Conference Final. They were both able to win their series in 6 games. And for us, it comes down to this. The Connecticut Whale continued their winning ways, beating Lehigh Valley in the first game of the conference final. Game 7. Let's go. Can we survive? Or will, I would have rather been swept than to have a 3-1 series lead and blow it. Even as defending champions with absolutely no expectations heading into this series, blowing a 3-1 series lead, that you can never feel good about that. First period of Game 7, let's not waste any more time. It is scoreless. We were outshot 13-9. But it's still all level at this point. Second period, it is level no more. Well, actually, it is level. Again, Nathan MacKinnon scores 32 seconds in. Kyle Connor ties the game up 19 shots to 16 in their favor. Tied on the scoreboard at 1 goal apiece. It all comes down to this. Third period. Can the reigning and defending champions move on to the conference final? We kill off that power play. Or, another power play for the Jets. That one's killed off as well. Or will the Winnipeg Jets, the best team in the regular season, move on? We're under 4 minutes to go. Next goal wins this series, and it's overtime in Game 7. Overtime in Game 7. Are you kidding me? And despite the fact that I feel like my voice is giving out as it is, let's do this. I need to see it happen. If we're going down, we better go down with a fight. I'll take a swig of Arnold Palmer here as this loads up. Even though I suppose I just could have made a jump cut, but that's okay. What's an extra 10 seconds onto the video? Come on. Can we get the win? Game 7. Second round against the Jets. We're on the road. Provorov stepping over the blue line to Daniel Sprong in front. Hellebuck having trouble tracking it down. Line A is able to find it. Morrissey for Mark Scheifele. Morrissey, Scheifele again, takes the shot, and a big save from Jyrki Petrolainen. As he still has that combination. He is still glitched out, isn't he, as far as his equipment goes. He still has the Admiral's mask from when he was with Nashville. I'm not sure what the pads are, though. I don't think those are the same pads he was wearing when we won the Cup. I never edited that because it doesn't bother me too much, although I think now I might. Trouba able to make the play. Patrick Laine over his own blue line. Pass up to Scheifele. Kyle Connor takes the shot, saved by Petrolainen. Provorov nearly sweeps it into his own goal. Another save from Petrolainen. Oh my God. This is how it happens, guys. This is how it happens. I normally start an episode with not a whole hell of a lot of confidence that things are going to go our way. We end up going up 3-1. Oh my God, Lydecker almost ended it. We end up going up 3-1 in a series, and now here we are, overtime of Game 7. Provorov looking for a shooting chance, takes the shot. It's blocked by Trouba. It's still top line against top line. Gonna have some tired players out there. Patrick Laine across the blue line, looking for space. Puck in front. Daniel Sprong able to track it down. Nice hooking attempt by Morrissey. Nathan MacKinnon still out there, looking to make a move. MacKinnon with the shot. Big save by Hellebuck. Ehlers to Scheifele. Now Zach Hyman. He has been dangerous for the Jets so far in the series. Takes the shot. Big save. Battle for it in front. Won by Ehlers. Hyman for Theodore. Schmaltz. It's Ehlers back to the point. Bjugstad looking for space. Just passing through our zone without any trouble whatsoever. Looking for a shooting lane. Schmaltz takes the shot. Saved by Petrolainen, and he's able to control the rebound somehow, some way. A lot of offensive zone time for the Winnipeg Jets there. But thankfully, we were able to hold on. I feel like I should bump up the game audio for this. I'm going to do that. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Let's hear the announcers, shall we? Let's hear the announcers, the commentators. Oh, God. You know what? No, I don't want to hear the commentators. Never mind. Screw them. Screw them. Doc Emmerich, I'm taking your job. Shea Theodore is still out there. My God, Winnipeg. Give the guy a break, please, so we might be able to score. Nolan Patrick sends it around. Phil Quick, complaining about ice time. Will we reward him with more if he scores the game winner? Probably not. Adam Larson. Dirksen loses the puck, still battling for it with Shea Theodore. It's Oshie to Schmaltz, out to Michael Spacek across the red line, over the blue line now, loses it to Casey Ribeiro. Phil Quick almost turns it over, trying his best to turn it over. Quick through the neutral zone over the blue line, tries to cut in, completes the pass. It's Max Jones. Tried to hit Nolan Patrick. Jones, you just got to let it go. Phil Quick with the winner. Are you kidding me? Phil Quick gets the winner in overtime of Game 7 on the road in Winnipeg. And the Whalers are moving on to the conference final. Of all people to get the goal, it's Phil Quick. He gets the winner. I might have no choice but to give him... we gave him the top line power play time heading into this game. He won't be on the top line, but Phil Quick delivers. The whiteout is over in Winnipeg. Petrolainen with some big saves there in the overtime. I can't skip this, which is fine by me. Max Jones to Phil Quick. Somehow, I think that was Morrissey who wasn't able to get a piece of it. Now, see, if you took Morrissey off the ice, it wasn't Morrissey, I can't tell who that is, though. If you took him off the ice, maybe, just maybe, Phil Quick wouldn't have shot the puck right in his face. Who was it? It was Spacek, wasn't it? No, it was Shea Theodore. Okay, well, I think the pairing is Theodore and... nope, yeah, it's Theodore and Larson, I guess. Shows how much I know. I'm just trying to find an excuse as to why Phil Quick was able to shoot that straight through. How did that actually, how did that go in? How did that go in? Alright, it was just kind of a weird shooting animation. I'll take it, though. Phil Quick, the overtime winner. The series clinching goal. Petrolainen with 39 saves. We were outshot 40-25. Jyrki Petrolainen comes back for Game 7 after Malcolm Subban, gets us the 3-1 lead and then throws away the 3-1 lead. Jyrki Petrolainen is able to hold on, and the Whalers are going to the conference final. Not to mention the Connecticut Whale are up 2-0 on the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, outscoring them 7-2 over the first 2 games on the road. Of course, there's no surprise. We're playing the Anaheim Ducks in the conference final. I have no idea. Oh, I do know what their team looks like at this point. They have DeBrusk. They have Kosarenkov. Let's take a look right now. We might as well. This is the team that we're going up against in the next round, featuring a few former Whalers, including Ivan Kosarenkov, Jake DeBrusk, Scott Lawton. I believe we had Ryan McInnes at one point. I think we had Seth Griffin at one point, too. Half of their team feels like former Whalers. That is ridiculous. Their defense is looking pretty good, too, with the exception of Matt Brodziak, who will probably rip us to shreds. And they have 90 overall. John Gibson in goal with Connor Brown and Chris Tierney, former Whalers. Currently healthy scratches, or one was a healthy scratch, one was injured. You know what's going to happen now, right? You know what this is. This is EA You're playing your mind games with me again. And it's all because the Bruins won in 2011. Admit it. That's what it is. You have me feel like I'm going to get swept by Winnipeg. We take a 3-1 series lead, only for us to blow it. But then we win in Game 7, and now I get to play the Ducks. We have home ice advantage, but they have a ton of former Whalers who will probably, again, rip us to shreds. Futurama meme intended. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are too. I would go through that series, but as it is, God damn it, my jaw is killing me. Way too much talking. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather today too, which is typical for me around this time of year. It is typical. I love the fall. I love the winter. Winter especially because of pond hockey. But still, it's catching up to me. So we'll end this episode here. I hope you did enjoy. I'll see you guys in the next one. Support the video and the channel in any way you deem necessary. Support other things like Twitter and Twitch by giving me a follow on either of those platforms. If you haven't already, you know the deal. I thank you guys oh so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.